GTA Online is on its last legs right now, with a lack of exciting new content, and Rockstar sure doesn't seem like they want to change anything because they've got GTA 6 coming soon, and that's going to be the next big thing. So why put any effort into releasing new content that your player base can enjoy when you can just recycle and drip feed old stuff? But you know what? You don't have to play by their rules, because there is a whole other side to GTA Online that you probably never tried before, and it's called GTA Roleplay. Over here, you're truly free to be the author of your own story, whether that's a crime drama, a rags to riches tale, or just plain old-fashioned cops and robbers. Whatever you want, you can do it in GTA Roleplay, because unlike vanilla GTA Online, these servers provide you with the custom scripts and assets that you need to create a true sandbox experience, one that's dynamic and changes to suit your needs rather than the other way around. And so if you're looking for a fresh new experience, I've got just the medicine for you, because I'm about to uncover the top 5 GTA RP servers in 2025 that you can play right now. Starting with grandrp, this is the server that I spend most of my time on, and it's established itself as a top tier server over the course of the last 5 years, with countless community driven updates and gameplay improvements that make it both fair to new players and exciting for veterans who have been playing for ages. With vanilla GTA Online, you sort of hit this cap after a few years where even after you own every business, every car, every aircraft, there's just little left to do because you've already experienced all that the game has to offer, and at this point, you're just inflating your bank account for the sake of it. Or maybe you're trying to experience old content in new ways, trying different vehicles, different weapons, anything to bring back a feeling of adventure. Well, you don't have to worry about that in grandrp, because not only are they constantly adding new outfits, vehicles, and game modes on a monthly basis through seasonal updates and battle passes, but they've also got a dedicated team of developers who are constantly monitoring things like job payouts, item metas, etc. to make sure that everything feels as fair and balanced as possible. Here, you won't find a glitch or exploit go more than a couple weeks without getting patched, and troublemakers get the ban hammer almost instantly as soon as you report them to the admins. grandrp is a server about everyone, and that's exactly how joining the system is also set up. In fact, I'm going to guide you through this process right now just to show you how easy it is. Simply click my link in the description below or the pinned comment of this video. That will take you to the official grandrp website. Over there, choose whichever server is closest to you, but I personally play on English server number 1, so if you want to join that server, you get to be a part of the Hazard gang and share the family house as well as family vehicles. Then on the next page, enter your email and password. These are the same details that you'll use to log in through the grandrp client, and finally on the last page, enter your roleplay name, first name, last name, and you're done. It really is that easy, and now all you have to do is download the launcher and set up your Rage MP assets in the same folder where GTA 5 is installed. Right now, the grandrp devs are working on a version that's compatible with expanded and enhanced, but until then, you can only play if you have legacy GTA 5 installed, so keep that in mind. This shouldn't be an issue though, as you can just go into your Steam or Epic library and download the legacy version to play grandrp. Next, after you've logged in, you'll be asked to complete a few initial tasks like repairing an electrical transformer and planting a few seeds. Then, once you pass your driving test, if you signed up with my link, you'll also get to choose from 3 limited duration sports cars that you can keep for a week, which will be more than enough time to earn your own sweet ride, because grandrp is filled to the brim with exciting vehicles and activities and jobs that even a level 1 player can participate in. You can invest at the stock exchange, you can resell products at the beach bazaar, you can even install solar panels for people who own homes. You can deliver packages, become an EMT, a policeman, a lawyer, or just about anything you want. And yes, that includes switching over to the dark side by becoming a gangster. This will give you access to exciting new skills like being able to lockpick and steal cars, or you can even carry out hit jobs for players who place requests on the underground crime network. It's all very exciting, and in grandrp, pretty much everyone you come across is a real person with their own story, and you won't feel like you're going through a scripted sequence like you would with NPCs. Every break-in, every police raid, every street battle, it's all real, and nobody can predict what will happen next. Just recently, the guys over at grandrp released a global update with new family events, new cars, and several new quality of life improvements to the UI, so if you're looking to join the world of grandrp, now's an excellent time. Better yet, bring some of your friends with you, because grandrp is even better with friends. Server number 2 on my list is Lucid City, and this one can be a bit of a mixed bag depending on which servers you join. If you get whitelisted, you might have the best RP experience of your life, because Lucid has some insane storylines and a dedicated community of developers who are constantly adding new features. Conversely, if you end up in the public server, your experience might range from okay to absolutely awful, because a lot of the folks over there have no interest in role-playing and will just try to blow stuff up or follow you around like stalkers stalkers looking for opportunities to steal a car or put a knife in your back when you're not looking. The mechanics and custom scripts are pretty good. There are things like crypto trading, black market deals, and gangs where you can join up to be a part of something bigger, and even if you don't make it into a gang, you can still pay them protection money to keep your businesses and property safe from people who may not like you very much. Lucid City is also one of the very few RP servers to have the Cayo Perico Island as an explorable zone, just like grandrp, and this means you can actually go there on a plane and collect resources or have PvP battles with other players. You can even bring your own gang over to Cayo Perico and plant forbidden trees to turn into the next big Colombian drug empire. Apart from tons of options for criminal activity, Lucid City also has a Department of Justice to establish the rules and a police department to enforce these laws upon its citizens. You have plenty of money-making opportunities right from the get-go, and the grind is fairly minimal, so you can get into the action pretty quick even as a newcomer. Overall, it's a good free server for new role players. However, if you want the best experience, you have to get whitelisted because the public servers can be a little bit unpredictable. Number 3 is going to be a black sheep pick here today, and it's NoPixel. And I'm classifying this one as black sheep not because it's obscure or lacking in features. No, in fact, the reality is that NoPixel is an extremely popular server, and it has custom scripts for even the most mundane of jobs that make them exciting to perform. But more importantly, what makes this server elite tier is the fact that it has the highest concentration of famous content creators that you won't find anywhere else. I'm talking about names like XQC, Lord Kevin, SFanTV, and unfortunately this also means that NoPixel has a very strict whitelisting process, and oftentimes people will fill out their application and not even get a reply for weeks on end. Right off the bat, if you want to make it into the whitelisted servers, you're expected to have at least some RP experience, so you need to come up with an interesting backstory, tell the admins about your interests, what style of role player you are, all that nerdy stuff, then pray to God that your application is accepted. Then once you do get in as a whitelisted member, you better hope that you don't run into an ego-tripping streamer, because they and their friends will absolutely ruin your day if you make them feel insecure in any fashion. At this stage, if you made it through your first few days at NoPixel, you're in for an exceptionally wild ride, because the content over here is unlike anything else you'll find on regular GTA RP servers. Recently, they even added a whole new sewer system underneath the main city that functions like a basement level with all new quest lines, items, and customization tools that you can find in there. The vehicle modding scene is also quite robust in NoPixel, with hot rods, drag machines, sporty coupes, drift tunes, and anything else that you can think of. There's honestly a ton of content packed into the server, and they're constantly receiving new updates, with NoPixel 5.0 being the latest version that they're working on. The only hard thing about it is getting in. Number 4 on my list is GTA World, and I decided to include this one because it's the only text-based GTA roleplay server in the world, which means you don't need a microphone or voice chat to communicate with other players. In fact, the server encourages you to coordinate things like heists, raids, and parties exclusively through written messages rather than voice, so this place is a paradise for introverts who don't like to speak with people all the time, or maybe you just don't have a decent microphone, in which case GTA World is perfect for you. However, the primary mode of communication here is still English, and if you can't write in English, you'll be excluded from the role-playing experience, so keep that in mind before you join GTA World. These guys also pride themselves on having zero pay-to-win features, so there are no microtransactions or in-game items that you can purchase with actual money to give yourself that competitive edge. Instead, the server is funded entirely through donations, which is why it's able to stay free. And there's minimal grind, which is always a good thing, as not every server needs to be an economy-based server. When I visited their official website, it showed over 266 players online, which isn't a bad amount at all, and I also find the sign-up process to be fairly simple. However, unlike grandrp, you can't just enter your name and email and expect to be accepted here. You also have to write a 2-paragraph minimum description of your roleplay character along with their flaws, so the admins can know whether or not you're a good fit for their server. GTA World is a server for storytellers and creative folks who want a slower paced, more methodical gameplay experience with a structured narrative and a heavy focus on written dialogue. Helicopter, helicopter. If you're tired of RP servers where it eventually turns into an every man for himself deathmatch situation and just want a more narrative focused experience, GTA World is going to be perfect for you. And the good thing about the selection process is that it filters out people who have no interest in RP and just want to goof around. So if you have no RP experience or aren't very descriptive in your application, you might not be accepted to this server. The last server on my list here today is Crisis RP, and these guys are still pretty fresh to the RP scene. This is a brand new semi-serious 5M RP server designed for people who are tired of pay-to-win mechanics and want the perfect balance between structured storylines and gameplay freedom. Crisis RP is built around its unique crafting system and custom businesses. They also have a realistic police and EMS system and tools with community-driven plots and interactive events. There are tons of civilian and administrative jobs. You can choose to enforce the law or break it in Crisis RP, and the servers won't punish you for taking one approach over the other. Crisis RP tells you that it's your story, so do what you can to make it entertaining. And that's why I feel it deserves a spot on my list in this video. And there you have it. Those are my top 5 most fun to play GTA RP servers, updated for the year 2025. If you're tired of the same old heists and businesses and want to try something new, you cannot go wrong with any of these. I'm definitely open to hearing suggestions from you guys on which RP servers I should cover next in a new video, so if you have a good experience with any particular server or community, then please let me know down in the comments and I will include it in the next RP video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next GTA 5 online video. Adios, amigos.